Hello everyone, this is Micah with Goodner's Good 4K Adventures. We visited Bok Tower Gardens in February, and we were very pleased to see the beautiful 250-acre gardens and bird sanctuary there. It's located at Iron Mountain, north of Lake Wales, Florida. The highlight, as the name indicates, is Bok Tower, a beautiful singing tower. Come along with us as we explore, and I'll explain a lot of the features of the tower along the way. The Visitor Center houses a museum dedicated to the Bok Tower Gardens. Bok Tower Gardens is a National Historic Landmark. The 205-foot singing tower was built by Edward Bok. Mr. Bok had decided to replace the bird sanctuary water tower with the stone water and bell tower. This tower you'll often hear throughout the day as you visit the gardens. Gardens were completed in 1928 and the tower was completed in 1929. The architectural style of the tower is a Gothic Revival style with Art Deco detailings. The museum inside of the Visitor Center features exhibits that showcase the landmark's history, its architecture, the surrounding wildlife and ecology, and there's even exhibits that detail what people wore at the time to give you a little bit of the culture of the early 1900s and how these may have had an impact on the stylings of the gardens and also the tower itself. The tower's 60-bell carillon is also featured in the museum with an example of one. The bell chamber where it's located is 8 floors up in the tower, and below it is where the actual keyboard is located, so 1 floor below. The bells within the carillon are stationary, only the clappers move to sound them. Recitals are given every day by a carillionaire. One of the very friendly helpers at the information desk can tell you exactly when the carillionaires are going to perform their recitals each day. They have a very nice cafe with lots of seating. At the cafe you can get your standard fare of sandwiches, coffees, and also ice cream for those very hot Florida afternoons. After enjoying lunch at the cafe, we ventured into the Pine Ridge Trail, following the map as shown here. As we headed right along the trail, notice the sound of the carillon in the background. Mm-hmm. Was it a butterscotch?
No, it's smaller. It's very allergic.
After you pass the pollinator garden, you will approach the kitchen garden. This area is where the grills are and where outdoor events are held. The children's garden is also down that way. However, our goal was to walk around the perimeter of the gardens and head over towards the tower. You want to go see the window by the pond? You want to go see the window by the pond?
What's that?
Back that way.
this part is better.
The window by the pond is an ecological area.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally by the pond.
Edward Bok.
We were surprised to see what exactly is there by the pond, and that it was a literal window, but it was very intriguing at the same time.
This is interesting.
Sadly, there weren't too many animals out when we were there, but there are quite a bit of animals that you could potentially see. We did get to see this little fella.
This turned out to be pretty comfortable for you after all.
Yeah, I guess I just had to break them in. Took a while.
As you can see, this is a pretty easy hike. It's more of a stroll or a walk through this trail, but comfortable shoes are essential no matter what the terrain.
Like an alligator just right there.
Yeah, that would be.
That wouldn't be funny. That would be awesome.
It's a fragile ecosystem. Stay on the bridge.
Yeah.
Here's the other side of the pond.
Take a picture.
They do say that they have alligators in that pond. I was reading it online.
Maybe just food in general. I don't know.
And a squirrel feeder.
Those aren't as tame as these. I can't even read that.
For the majority of the remainder of the walk, I'd like for you to just enjoy the sights and the sounds. I'll check back in periodically if there's something interesting to add.
call and make reservations or whatever?
No, they're already made.
First started buying a house and started on gardening. I bought those plant and flower magazines. And I picked out all these flowers. People magazines with plants. And they're not even in my zone to be able to plant. This is cool. Look at that leaf Avery. I see it. Bigger than my body almost.
Yeah. I feel like I haven't seen any leaf that big.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Kind of monster. Because he was, because it's monster size.
Wow. Wow.
Look at that grass. That grass is heavy. I can throw that.
This tree.
That's pretty sharp right here. You see all the sunlight coming through. Walk straight up. Like a
I think my absolute favorite thing about being at Bok Gardens is that when you're in the gardens, you can hear the tower, but you really can't see it. So when you make that turn and you approach it, it is breathtaking. It's far bigger, grander than you can imagine. I had seen pictures and videos myself before we arrived, but really, it didn't do it justice. Seeing it there in person was very impressive, especially if you are someone who enjoys architecture, history, or if you enjoy the sight of something just splendiferous. Bok Tower, that's the best word that I can think of to describe it. It's splendiferous. It's over the top, showy, it's maybe even a little pretentious. But the reason behind it is nice. It started off as a water tower, and then it was dedicated to the people of Florida, to be a monument, to be a landmark, to draw people to nature. And that's why I think I really like it.
There it is.
Okay, I see a fin on the back.
It looks like a
Yeah, snaky like.
The tower's beautiful brass door adorns the front of the tower. The first floor of the tower was Edward Bok's actual study. It's now called the Founder's Room. Unfortunately, the tower is rarely open for the public to view. It would be wonderful to be able to tour it, but unfortunately it's not open to the public. At least it wasn't on the day that we were there. The second floor houses the Research Center Archives, which is a collection of the institutional records related to the tower. And the third floor, which is now empty, used to contain water tanks. And that's where the water would be used to funnel out into the gardens. But now it's empty, and the fourth floor is just a workroom. The fifth floor houses the Anton Breese Carillon Library. It's said to be the largest library of carillon music in the world. The gardens around it are beautiful, with plenty of places to sit and marvel at the tower and to listen to the music as it plays. Ironically, the music played for hours, but when we arrived exactly in front of the tower, the music had stopped. It seems that there was a news station there that day when we were there, right at the time that we made it to the tower, and I think they were doing interviews inside the tower without any music. But we weren't to be disappointed for very long, because we were treated with a sampling of the carillon music up close. Stay tuned for that. Edward Bok himself is interned inside the tower. They say his grave actually lies right before the great brass door. There's a bridge that goes over the beautiful moat that surrounds it on all sides. The moat contains koi, and there are plenty of squirrels, active squirrels. Watch your cookies around them. I don't encourage this behavior, by the way, but they will pose for cookies.
He's like, I want some.
I highly recommend a visit to Bok Tower, especially if you're staying in Central Florida or visiting Orlando. It's only about 50 minutes north of Orlando. The price, $20, may be a little prohibitive for some, but you're really contributing towards conservation. And it's a beautiful walk. You could spend 2 to 3 hours there. I hope you have the opportunity to visit it, and I hope you enjoyed this video.